Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming and attending this very relevant session today, which is catalyzing the tribal growth along with the 3 Cs: CSR, capital, and collaborative investments. Without further ado, I would like to introduce today's esteemed guests and panelists who have taken out their time to be with us on the panel and bringing in different perspectives from government, private, as well as startup ecosystem. We have Shri Anant Prakash Pandey, Joint Secretary, Ministry of Tribal Affairs, Ms. Ritu Sain, Investment Commissioner, Chhattisgarh, Mr. Kalyan Chakravarthy, founding Sevak, Pan-IIT alum, and Ms. Suman Chandrawat, founder Craftico, TICCI. We also have from representing startups, Ahana, Open Secrets. The whole idea of the panel and the session is to examine how India is reimagining its tribal development from CSR to blended finance and impact investment. The focus, as we all know, is not only philanthropy today and welfare, but it's shifting its purpose from participation, profit, and wealth creation. Keeping this in mind, I would request Sumanji, we would love to hear from your journey as well, because you, in your journey, have done a lot to support and uplift women. Also, if you could share some because it's important and pivotal basis the panel discussions on the financing aspect of it. If you could tell us what is the blended finance that you've seen in the state level work that you've done as a model of financing entrepreneurs and tribal women.
Sure, yeah. Thank you, Surabhi, first of all, for inviting me to this panel. And it was very, what can I say? It was very motivating to hear to Anant sir, Ritu ma'am, Kalyan ji, and then Ahana's speech was like absolutely wonderful. And just to start with, my journey has been a lot like Ahana's. So went to institutes like IIT, IIM, went to US, stayed there, did job there, felt the vacuum, felt the gap, felt the touch of my own soil, felt the connect with my own people. And similar to Ahana, I come from a very small district in Rajasthan. Yeah, so I come from a district near to Bharatpur, which is Karoli. A lot of people would know it as a region of Chambal and yeah, the beeherds of Chambal, basically. So coming from that sort of region and then to sit on and share the stage with such accomplished people, it's a true honor for me. How I started into this philanthropic side of my life, let me just share that because Surabhi asked me to share that. After coming back from US, I was working with Tata Steel, and hence I have had my fair share of exposure to the tribal belt. So I was in Jharkhand, I was in Chhattisgarh, Orissa, for a good part of my career, which were like approximately 12 years of my career. I was in strategic planning, marketing and sales and everything. Post that, I felt that, being a job seeker is fine. It's good. It makes you stable financially. It gives you some sort of recognition in your society. Then working with a brand like Tata's itself is it's a good benchmark in society that you're working with decent brands and all. But then there was again, because I came from Rajasthan and I've seen that part of villages where in early 90s there was no water supply, there was no electricity supply. So I've seen that backwardness of raw backwardness of the ground level people. And it made me feel that we are the people, if we don't decide and do something for their upliftment, who will? Who else will? Right? So that was something which kind of motivated me to become part of TICCI. TICCI is it's a social welfare group. It's a Tribal Indian Chamber of Commerce and Industry. We try to support people who are working on ground level. When I say ground level, I literally mean people who are trying to do something on the level of villages and talukas and tehsils. A majority of those tribal people are involved in their own work, like crafts, arts, making various kind of bamboo-based products or natural products, basically, or some herbs. So these are small industries, and slowly, we also feel that they're losing the relevance in the modern scenario. So this was what we felt, and this kind of also motivated us to move forward. And in 2023, I resigned from Tata Steel, and then I thought that let me be a job creator. Why am I just being a job seeker? Let me be a job creator, and that is one thing which I would like to tell to all the younger guys here, all the younger gen people who are there. Don't just be a job seeker, be a job creator. Give job to the satisfaction which you'll get out of giving job to someone. There is no parallel to it. There's absolutely no parallel to it. You can be a vice president or be anyone in a company, in a big company, or you can be someone who's employing even 10 people and making their households run. That is a different satisfaction. That's altogether a different level. So that was what which kind of motivated me to open my own venture, which was Craftico Creations, and we are based out of Rajasthan. We mainly support marginalized artists. So that was one part of it. Now, coming to the second part of it, as Rituji and Anant sir mentioned, that there are a lot of government schemes. And honestly, Rituji, I was very impressed by what you presented on Chhattisgarh, and the numbers are wonderful. Sadly, a lot of people on the ground level are not aware of these things. So there is so much, you would not believe the amount of provisions which government has for upliftment of tribals or marginalized communities. But the people on the ground level are there, but they're not aware of those things. So we need a bridge of self-help groups or NGOs or social welfare groups who can become a connecting bridge in connecting the government organizations and connecting the people on ground who actually need it. So there are, in TICCI's own inclusive group, there are a lot of women who are trying to do something of their arts, crafts, herbs, and small businesses. But if I see from a social point of view, who are they? The women in any family, whatever they are doing is mainly from the wealth creation point of view. When I say wealth creation, I don't mean it on a higher level. I mean that the men are mainly involved in sustaining activities of livelihood for when it comes to a family, and women are doing something which earns them, let's say, a penny extra to kind of address the other needs that, okay, if a kid is going in a government school, then probably he can go to a private school, or he can go to a better city for his further education if a woman is also earning something. So when we enable such bridges like TICCI, and there are many other organizations also, we enable the percolation of provisions which the government has made so generously for the people on ground. So that is the reason why we need to kind of strengthen these groups and make these groups a part of policy making, a partner in deciding what all is the roadmap which the government is envisioning for the future of these communities on the ground. So that is one request I would have to Ritu ma'am and Anant sir, that if that participation can be given to such group, it would be very beneficial, because the percolation of these groups is still the village level, which is the last level. We have over 6 to 6.5 lakh villages across India. And TICCI is just one organization. We have several such organizations which can be a part of this bridge which we are trying to form. So that is one aspect of the strengthening the finance part of it. Secondly, how can we make the financing and the venture capital thing more effectively implementable on the ground level? I would cover that in 3 parts. So when we talk about tribal businesses, they particularly fall in 2 to 3 categories. The first category is the category where they are just trying to establish themselves. It's a very high risk category, and approximately 97% of tribal initiatives fall in this category. So this category would typically be a lady who, or let's say a group of 2 to 3 ladies who get together, try to make something in their tribal art forms and try to sell it. But they don't have access to the market. They don't have access to expand whatever they are doing. They don't have access to better designs which are more acceptable in the market. So there are a lot of things which they don't have access to, or probably they don't even have vision to think about them. So that is one part of it, where I feel that CSR-led initiatives where certain grants are there which can absorb that risk, uh, these can be kind of implemented on ground where this first category of people can be connected to CSR-led incubation centers, which can handhold them from starting a business to kind of try to run that business and activate all the aspects of business, which means manufacturing, marketing, financing, and everything. This will cover a majority of it, and it will be a very good initiative to start and pulling them up. The second part comes to the growth part of it. Growth is when I am, okay, I've started a business, I'm doing some business on monthly basis. That is one part of it. But now I need to grow it because I want to hire 2 more people, or I want to include, let's say, 4 more ladies from this particular village into this particular business. So the growth part of it has to be catered through a slightly moderate level venture capital. I should not call venture capital, but moderate kind of finances which are there on the ground level, where they can provide the growth part of it. That, okay, you want to increase from 1 shop to 2 shops. Here's the credit, or here's the loan, or here's the access to the government scheme which are trying to do this, right? So that is the second part of it. And then third part of it comes to the venture capital part of it, where you can see the scale up of any industry or scale up of any initiative. So I have reached a certain level where I'm seeing a stable growth month on month. But to sustain in the market and to be able to make an impact in the market, I should see a roadmap for me where I can scale it up to a next level, or I can, let's say, include 1 more category of product, 2 more category of product, stop just in the local market. I can expand to, let's say, state level market or national level market or international level market. Because in India, the art forms are innumerable, and they are beautiful and stunning art forms which are there, or stunning businesses which are there. So this is a 3-level approach which we can follow when it comes to the financing, financing or stably financing any tribal-led or any marginalized community-led initiative. Basic 2 takeaways which I would suggest would be, one is the CSR-led incubation center, which will be the critical part in it. And the second way of doing it would be the PPP partnerships, or a PPP-based support initiatives which can be there, or which can handhold those 97% of very small initiative to become something or become stabilized. Those are 3 things which I would want the audience to take away from here. Apart from this, I would mention there's this, because it's already been quite a long this thing. Just one more thing I would mention, that I guess Rituji mentioned that we don't have, sorry, my mistake, Kalyanji mentioned that we don't have a lot of unicorns in tribals, or we don't see unicorns in tribals, unicorn businesses. But I guess, Kalyanji, there are few guys who are on the way to becoming unicorns. We have, from Rajasthan only, we have a Romano's Pizza, which is a F&B initiative, and they are going to, I'm sure they're going to become something like Domino's, and they're doing very well for themselves. We have another initiative called House Sutra, which can be something like durian after some time, right? So we have few guys who are struggling on the ground, certainly, and with the correct support and correct guidance, we can certainly do that. To the younger audience, I would like to say just one more thing. I will close after this. First, I've taken so much time already. Please do understand there is no alternative to hard work. Like Ahana said, there has to be a fire in your belly, and there's a saying which I share on many other platforms also. There is no alternative to hard work. So the saying goes, talent, hard work beats talent when talent doesn't work hard. You can feel that the other person is talented, but your hard work will beat that talent if that talent doesn't work hard. So talent can take you to certain distance, but your hard work can take you to the next level, and there is no replacement to it. Thank you very much, everyone. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Suman ma'am.